Okay, here you're given the graph of a quadratic. The problems you're going to do in the book, you're not going to be given the graph, but we have graphing calculators accessible to you, so you can just graph it yourself in class. But this problem we could not solve by taking square roots, because yes, if we subtract 15 from both sides and square roots, we would only get rid of this. We'd have a really nasty radical here, so we don't want to do that. So we can't solve it by square roots. We could probably solve it by factoring. Right, if we factored this, we'd have x minus 5, x minus 3 equals 0, so we would get x equals 5, x equals 3. Okay, so if we solve by factoring, but this asks us to solve it by graphing in this example. So the biggest thing, you're probably never going to use solve by graphing, but I do want to talk about it because it's really important that you understand that these values of where x equals is where your graph is crossing your x-axis. Those are called zeros. So these are your zero values, which when you get to it, your calculator, because the problems that you're going to have to solve by graphing are the ones that you can't factor or can't take the square root of, which we will have a few of those examples in our homework. So you have to solve it by graphing, and the values you need to identify are where your graph is crossing your x-axis. And you can calculate that using a graphing calculator by calculating the zeros, which when you get to it, if you can't figure it out yourself, I'll show you when we're there.